folks, I'm going to tell you 5 quick facts about black bull markets. Now, did you know, number 1, they're New Zealand FMA regulated? Number 2, did you know they have a copy trading service where you can either be a signal provider or copy signals? And number 3, did you know they've got over 26,000 tradable assets, including Forex, crypto, stocks, indices, and even more? And number 4, did you know they offer 500 to 1 leverage? And number 5, if you open up an account today and trade 1 lot a month, they're going to give you TradingView Pro for free. Check them out, Black Bull Markets.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Hello, and welcome back to the stream. Let me just drop some music immediately so I'm not behind. There we go, and that's it. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Welcome back. How's everyone going today? Let's see. Hello. Let's see the world. Hello. So AJ, Matt, Tom, welcome back. Good to see you around. Yeah, sorry about yesterday. I was actually at the hospital with my wife, so I wasn't able to be around. But then I had a little idea. Okay. Now my idea was that I wanted to test. And see the Blue Guardian protector. Okay, and how it works. And I wanted to basically put my account back at where it was initially. So it was an interesting test and it was good. So just confirming, the whole Blue Guardian incident that happened the other day, it wasn't Blue Guardian, it was the 8-cap, it was the 8-cap themselves, it was their servers. They were having an issue. So that's how that is. It's just 8-cap doing their thing, unfortunately. But life is life, and it will continue. Where are we right now? Okay, now, yeah, so Blue Guardian, the protector does actually work. So you can see here, the protector limit was reached on the account, which is great. It means that it does work. So it's a nice test. So let's remove that, and then I'll show you where I'm. Yeah, it was the broker themselves. Okay, now we're basically back at where we were in the beginning. Okay, just a little bit underneath, and that's fine. No stress. We can always put ourselves back out, as we will do. And then let's pull up our charts now and start the day. No, not that one. It can be removed. There's no train view. Here we go. Okay, so today we have on DXY, we have a 1718, which is a 520 until 745. So the gap is a little bit distorted today. There's about a 40-minute difference in it. And we have our 215 opening gap. 259, sorry. We have an opening gap. There's a whole bunch of equal lows down here on DXY underneath. Why is that skew? Okay. We have a whole bunch of equal lows here underneath. And we've just had a massive tear. So that's why I was quite confident that it was going to go down and I can test it. So this didn't pan out the other day. It went up to here and then just completely collapsed all the way down. It's gone through. So if you look on the daily, where we're sitting right now, there's a fair value gap that was in here that was seen too. Okay, and we have the weekly FVG over here. The next point of liquidity was just underneath here. So we've just reached this point over here on the daily. So looking at large range days like this, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big ass red candles. All right. So it means more days. It depends. It depends. So yeah, with this kind of a day right now, what I'm expecting is that the equal lows are residing just at the bottom, right over here. So price does need to retrace. So it's going to go down here, and then it's going to make its way back up, and then ultimately come in and fill in the rest of that. So if you look at the weekly, okay, we have the weekly over here. We have a massive gap on this weekly. You see this? It's come down here, all the way down here. And there's a massive, massive, massive gap from the top of this candle down to this one. So it's very, very rare that the candle closes on a complete, because today's Friday, it's very rare that the candle closes on a complete flat bottom. What you'll find is that you'll see in the weeks over here, the week has gone down, and then it goes lower and then closes at a slightly higher price. So today I'm expecting price to go up higher, so that the wick will be slightly larger, and then they'll continue on from there next week. Yeah, I've got absolutely no stress whatsoever. Coming into our time, my expectation, again, at this time right here, is that DXY, it's going to come in and tap this, or preferably target the equal lows, and then go higher. So on GBP, let's just pull that out. What that would look like on GBP would be the price is going to come up to the open and then push lower for the day. And there's a lot of sell side over here. That was the one that I took. So carry on pushing. And then we have, from there, we have AUD, exactly the same thing. We have the daily open here. We have the Hong Kong top over here. So it should come up and then continue going down. And then Euro, same thing. We have a little bit of a push, possibly to like over here. And then they're going to set the other end of the Hong Kong gap, possibly push it higher. So that's going to be pushing higher. And then that's going to come down. That's my expectation for today. So we're going to take the highs and then reverse. And then let's go to US 500, see what they did overnight. Yeah, there's residing sell side over here on the US 500 that it has not been taken. And that was the CPI event. And that continuation out there, yeah. And see what's happened in the AM. Yeah. Sells today. $10 didn't create a fair value gap, wouldn't have been tradable. We then have the afternoon session, which is a 12 to 1, 12 until 1. Buy side's been taken. Yeah. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Tony? Yes. So the whole last night, where were we? Oh, here on Euro. So what they're basically doing is they're expanding the week. So we have the on euro, we have the 230. Where are we? 130 to 230 sell side. This is the expectation for today, is for it to come down to here. So then we have, let me just look at the buy side of that. The Hong Kong gap was there, yeah. So we would have been looking at a sell over here in London coming down and completing this, but it didn't go fully. It just tapped into the Hong Kong gap and then went higher. Let's look at the 9. So you can see here that price went higher, and between 250 and 310 there was a change in market structure. That fair value gap there was left open. It was almost like you wouldn't have been able to get an entry unless you just randomly YOLO'd to go back to the Hong Kong gap. So that worked, that fit in there perfectly. But then that price was to be expected again over here. So that would have been an entry. If you saw that right there, that little fair value gap in the 1 minute. So we had price pushing up, came down. There was a shift in structure. This fair value gap here as well could have got you in. And then we had that short that I personally would have targeted to take towards here. And it didn't happen. 24R, but you had a 4R in that, so that's all right. Then lunchtime, 12 lunchtime. Yeah, this is still also open. So right here, no, not that one. My whole expectation is sell side with this. It's massive. But it will have to come up and tap this and then start going lower. If not, if it just continues raging lower, that wouldn't have gotten to wouldn't have gotten into anything. So it's 6 minutes. So yeah, you can see those equal lows. That's absolutely stunning. Stunning price right there. Coming into our time, we have slight equal lows at the top right here. I mean, equal lows, equal highs. Okay. Now price will reverse after taking this. It's going to reverse from up here. So we're looking at from here to down here to then have a massive rip. I am super long in regards to DXY. As we can see up here, that, let me just put the rest of the Hong Kong gap in for you. It's tight. So tight. And if price doesn't want to reach for it today, it will then push lower in the beginning of the week and then start pushing higher to come and fill this in next week. This whole, so on the one leg, on the hour here on euro, this whole leg from here to here, there's been no balancing of price within that, and that coincides with all of the sell side. I'm just taking those highs, very nice, coming within my time, beautiful. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Exactly. Super, super short. So it's all been building up beautifully, absolutely beautifully by pushing this much. When would you consider a Hong Kong gap normal usable? They can continue to be used. I consider normally them not to be usable after the after it's been seen to. So there are a whole bunch of Hong Kong gaps on the buy side. So if, for example, I were to go over here and look at the 1 hour, and we have price on the buy side. No, everything is just on the sell side for that on the 1 hour. So I'm gonna have to put it out to the 4 hour. Okay, where are we right now? We're residing in February price. So nine until when? So our Hong Kong gap for here would have been somewhere in this area over here, and then 215 would have been before, just after that over here. Now, if I drag that out in price, you can see that over here during no, here 9 there. You can see that during London, it came in, gave it a little thing, and then during New York, it didn't. So New York did not come up and take that price. So this Hong Kong gap over here, you could still consider it to be a, well, I consider it to be a valid one, and we pull that out to where we are today in price. Where are we? Yeah. That one there would still be valid. If we look current going over here, one more minute, we can start hunting. There's a massive opening over here as well, from here to here. That was left open in New York. And that was filled, came in. So we have, that's where we are right now. Yeah, this works out beautifully actually. You don't see it, but on the broker chart, 12117, 12102. There's a void. 102. 201. Over here in price. So, yeah. Should be above this high. What? You created a community on Discord. Yo. That's insane. You guys are champs. Send me the link on Twitter and I will... No, you didn't lose me. You didn't lose me. As I said, I was just in the hospital with the wife, so I'm having my second child. Well, not me. My wife's having a child, but we're expecting a second. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's going to be quite soon as well. I'm looking at price right now over here. Okay. See what Euro's doing? Euro's going up. What's GBP doing? It's seeking lower prices. AU is also seeking lower prices. So do you trust this? Thanks, everyone. So this is showing me that there's SMT is forming. And yes, he is a junior. So now that's broken. That's a fair value gap. Long. To wait for this price to close. Get out the way. I want to see the time. Are you what? Is going on? Are the charts breaking at this time again? Yes, I am, as you can see. So that little fair value gap in price that we identified, because the other charts are going higher. That's not going higher, but the euro is going higher. I expect price up. We have a shift in market structure. We have this fair value gap that was respected. This one has been created. And I expect it to go higher. We go look at DXY. Yeah, DXY is pushed into the daily open and it's heading for the lows. So that's going short. Everything else should be going higher. Should be. Again, you never know. Except when you know. My entry is 31195. And my target is, what's this price? 31279. Right now, no. So you can see here that how Euro, what Euro is doing, it's just made a complete ramp, right? So the other charts, AU was going lower, this is going lower. There was SMT in the charts. So that means, and then on top of that, I don't know if I can pull up, if there is a DXY option in this. Let me see, Market Watch. Is there a DXY? There's no just pure DXY chart, I can't see it. So while that's there, let me just remove that and present the trading view so you can see DXY as well. Okay, so now we have DXY, as I said, is those equal highs we're seeing too perfectly. Now we've come for these equal lows. Now, if it's going to make a move, it would do so from here. Or it would just push completely lower. I'd want this to push higher, of course, because I'm in the trade. But if it doesn't, that's all right. Euro's made a ramp up to the open. It's a time. Setting the Hong Kong. What's going on there? Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. Let me see the chat. Do you normally trade Asian session? Yes, I do. So it's what I find interesting is with ICT, he has his you have what's it called? You have three different indices that you are comparing to each other. So you have the ES, you have NAS, and you have the other one, which is the British one. Nice. I've been away for a while, and when I come back, I'm going to be trading Asian. Beautiful. But again, because because I'm having a child, I might not be able to be around as much as I would like during that time. You saw me at Walmart? How? I didn't know there's no Walmarts in Australia. We're setting nice square liquidity. Beautiful. Love square liquidity. Who doesn't? How much no time limit challenge in Guardian? It's cheaper than the standard. So it's actually, I think, one of like the cheapest options out there, which is great. How much up in the count? What I did yesterday, because I wanted to test the for another reason. So there was two reasons why I wanted to test I actually wanted to test the actual Blue Guardian thing and how it worked. So I showed in the beginning of the stream the email that I got. What I did is I wanted to push my account down on purpose, just because how do I put it? I wanted to test the Blue Guardian protector, and guess what? It works beautifully. Okay, number one. Number two, I want to test it because how do I put it? As I was gaining, so this is actually a positive, like a really, really good positive about Blue Guardian. So as I was testing I want to test it because I just need to put it into my mind. Hold on, give me a second. So as I was going up on the account, okay, the actual, what do you call it? My base loss, as in like, so as I was going up in the account, my base kind of like trading account balance that I had should have been going up as well. So my drawdown should have been increasing as my account was going up to like the 2, 3, 4K. And what I saw was that my daily drawdown was stuck and it's still the same at 4K. Okay. Now this is interesting because with that, what you have is how they do it is they test it off of the what do you call it, your base initial account balance. So it's not equity based, it's account balance based. Now as I put it below the initial account balance, then what we have there is we have the initial drawdown, the max drawdown is 8K. So what a good thing about this is that after I've put it down, all right, then what we had the initial max drawdown is still there. So the max you can run your account down is 92. Whether you make profits up to 20, 50, 100K, you can lose all of that and it's fine. You will still be okay. On this trade right now, I'm actually going to close 50% of it off. I'm going to set my thing to break even. And then I will put this back at 100. So yeah, with this over here, because we were just at 2, almost just at 2, okay, right there. I closed it off. So then I had profits made. Okay, now if price does want to come back down, that's fine. If not, it continues going. The rest of my trades are break even, so I'm in no stress. Then again, my expectation is for price to go. So here, let me set it up for you. Coming up to the Hong Kong gap, it's going to set over here. We have 520 or 518. Okay. The close of 518 until the open of 745. So you're just chilling in there now. It's chilling, chilling, chilling. It's getting you ready to rip. You have DXY over here, again, pushing lower. Setting this all this up. And what we might have today is at 9:30. Oh, sorry, let me just put this on for you. At 9:30, or maybe even in London, we might have price absolutely ripping down. $15, $16 is going to set it. Something just pinged on me. What just pinged on me? Where were we? Here we are. So yeah, let me just bring up the other chart. You can see I'm still in the trade. For those of people who just who don't think it's real. And yeah, this trade should put me at back to initial account balance, and then we just continue going from there. But for some reason, the accounts are, so I have this app because I'm expecting after price goes up here, like I said, I preset my trades. So as soon as price goes above here, this little void you can see here in price, let me zoom into that. That will be a target later on. Now you don't have that in TradingView. It's funny. For some reason, it's like frozen. Why is it frozen? It's freezing again. 8 cap. Why? So Robert, my whole trade idea, whether my initial bias, long-term bias is short, yes. So what we have is, I'll bring up my train view again for you. Okay, so we have, I didn't actually present how I do it properly for the people that are watching this for the first time. We have our 630, which is here. Okay, your 630. I have my 630 to 730 buy side and sell side. So then we have our 730, which is over here. What's the lowest low? This low here. Okay, 730 sell side. Now, as soon as one side gets taken, this one has been taken, as you can see. Price has not come up here from there. It's come up and down, up and down. 630, 730. This range is set. Okay. Now, price gets taken, goes lower, seeks liquidity down here. Ultimately, down here, as you can see there. Okay. Then what we have is we have a change in market structure. So right there was a change in market structure, a fair value gap. We had a confirmation entry right there. That's what we got in. And then I'm seeking it to go up here. Oh no, 8 cap is frozen yet again. Is it gonna actually hold my... Why now? There's no connection. Let me stop this. I'm just restarting my... I don't know why they've been giving me issues. And it's just like now, it's just recent. It's not normal. I have connection. Because I'm streaming to you guys. Yeah? I'm streaming to you. You can see me clearly. Yeah, let me put it up. So let me just say, you can see all of this price action that's happened. Yeah, it's moving. Price hasn't done anything yet. There's like no connection. Let me common error. You know, when the broker does this, it has to always be on the day that I'm streaming, isn't it? But luckily, I have already put in all of my stop losses and all of that stuff. It's in. So whatever happens, let's go into my phone. Oh, we're back. We're back. Did you see that? Oh, there we go. This is it, MetaTrader. It's MetaTrader MT. This is MT4. That was so weird. Why is it happening? So there is actually a problem with 8cap. They actually confirmed it the other day as well. So these equal lows have been taken. I'm expecting a what I call a 3 drive. Okay, so they've been taken. This is 1. Okay, 1. And we have the second one, which is here, is 2. And price will come down further to set a third relatively equal drive, 3. And then after that, we'll have a price move. And it's almost like they don't want it's like they don't want people to be in trades that work. Oh, you can't see that because wait, did I? No, sorry. Oh, let me just pull up the trading view and you can see it. Okay, so here we have our trading view, right? Equal lows. As you can see right here, we've just taken this low over here. It's come back. So this is my initial drive. What we have is we have an equal measured move from here to here. The second one will be the same. Okay, from wherever the highs are right now. So that's the second one there. Wherever the highs are, there will be a second move. And then we'll have third move from somewhere in there. And what that will look like is we'll have 1, have 2, and we'll have 3. It's a common tactic that these that they use to basically people, okay, they enter, and then what happens is they kind of get like sniped in a way, and they think, okay, well, I might have been wrong, so I'm just going to re-enter. They re-enter the second time, and they're like, oh, okay, I got stopped out, I was wrong, okay. And then after the second time, most traders are fearful of getting in for the third time. So where do we see this? Over here, you have these highs that were just taken. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3. So we have here 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, and then 1, 2, 3, and the other way. It's like a mental thing that they do, like a little mental game. Come on, spread. Is it frozen? They're gonna rip. They're gonna rip it higher. Oh, watch this. Watch this next candle. Straight into my profits. Thanks. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so as you can see, we're basically back at break even now, and then we'll just continue on. So I do partial on so at 2R. So I'll pull up the trading view so you can see. All right. So what I do is I have a 2R. So what that means is that if I put a text over here, okay, my total trade is 4R, right? Now, I take partials at 2R. Means that if I'm risking $500, okay, my initial is 2R, so 50% coming off will mean that I am left with a $500 done. Okay, then I have the total trade, which will be 250. So the R's that I'm working on right now are 250. Okay, So then my total thing will be 250 times 4 is like 1,000 aroundish. And I add those two together, and so my trade should work out at 1,500 in total. Because the total thing that I get after this, taking 50% off, is I get 3R as my end result. Inside the opening gap, done. Down we go. 1. See, here's the second one, 2, and then we'll have an equal measured move from here. You can see there, price over here looks like, and we look at what's happening in euro. It's coming up, taking those highs, and then I would expect it to reverse on its head and then go lower. But now I'm not within my time limit. So my trade, even though I am a short because of all of this price action over here. Because of that, again, here on euro, you can see it as well. We have 630 over here. 630, what's the highest high? 630 there. That got taken. Then we have 730, which is over here. So this is the lowest low at 730. So highs were taken, the price went down. We had a shift in market structure, fair value gap, price went long. After these highs are taken right now, which is going to happen very soon, price will start going lower. So you can see the response after filling in the daily gap. It's, like I said, it's not like rocket science. Daily, look, even AU. The opening is very tight. What it targets it to perfection. And of course, now we have set our Hong Kong gap right here. Okay, we are within our Hong Kong gap. So then we have GBP. Price now needs to go short. And that aligns up with everything perfect. So in reading price, we're reading every single move within price. It's not a random number. It's not a like fiction. It is exact. It's almost like reading a book in a way. So again, you can see the drives. This first one here, we have 1. It's equally measured. 1. If I make another copy of that one from here to here. So as soon as that got broken, 2 is there. And then I make another one. There, 3. That should be above the highs there. And now, watch how price reacts. Watch how price reacts. Literally sniped it. And now there's a lovely void sitting on the sell side, and we have all of this liquidity. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, anyways, like I said, it's not my trade time. So if I was looking for a trade from now, okay, I would again look for structure to be set up like it was set up in GBP right over here. Structure was set up. There was a market structure shift. It upheld this fair value gap. There was a slight shift in structure over here. There was that fair value gap there. I took it and then it went straight to my targets, filled in the daily, and now I expect that because of people like me, okay, traders like me, there are stops underneath here. So they're going to hunt price down underneath all of this. It's just how the market is, how the market works. So let me just get onto all the chats. How to make trading harder than it has to be 101? I don't know. Like, it makes money. If it's hard, then you know, it's just how it is. Exactly, Matt. Exactly. So the account now is just underneath initial account balance because of the how do I put it? Because of the commissions. So I'm chilled. And then yeah, like I said, we'll pull it back in the next like 2 weeks, possibly even past the challenge. It's no stress. Nice, Professor Pippage. We're watching the pips. Love it. Are you using both closing of 9:15 and opening of 9:16? Okay, so this is a good question. That's why I reference the 9:15. Okay, so I use the closing of 9:15 and the opening of 9:16. Now, sometimes what happens is you get a difference. So here on, we can go on to did it happen today? 9, 15, 16. If you get this in your chart, okay, you can see here 9:15, the closing is underneath this candle and the opening is here. So what I do is I use the opening of 9:16. Both of those are very valid in terms of where price comes to perfectly. You can see that range right there and how it respects it. It's beautiful. It's actually beautiful. But yeah, that's what I look for. So let's just close that. You only like looking at 2 charts per window. I actually have 3. I have 3 open, so I have 3 on my broker, and then I have 2 in regards to TradingView. So we've just taken the local high over here on Euro. We're looking like we're setting up for a possible market structure break into exactly what my candles, what my arrows are depicting, right? And that was set up as price was here. Funny, no? Let's plummet, shall we? You want to see it on the other charts reflected? Oh, so we've taken the daily open, and now here we go. It's funny how price works. Very funny, isn't it? Once you're able to read price, you're ahead of everyone 50 times. I consider Wix good enough. Do we need to raid Asia high or low for London trades? No, it depends. It depends on the Hong Kong gap. So the Hong Kong gap will set your like what you're thinking of and how you're trading. So How to spot breakers on the 1 hour time frame. Breakers on the 1 hour will present exactly the same as on the 1 minute or the 5. So let me go. This is my 1 hour chart over here. This is 4 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, so it's the same. It's exactly the same thing. When you have a massive leg, I'm talking about the leg itself. All right, the whole leg, not these little things inside. I'm talking about the whole leg in price. Okay, the most that you'll get is when price makes a massive shift, like it does over here. Okay, this is a massive shift in structure. And what you have is you look at the previous leg that made the highest high, which is right there. Okay. In that leg, what you're looking at is the previous lowest low of the red candles of the wick. So that was actually the previous leg before anything happened. The lowest low is there. So within that, we have our breaker. So prices gap down, come down, down. Anywhere in this breaker for an hourly, you can start using for shorts. Same thing going along. So we have the whole leg. There's a big break in structure right over here. Okay. Now, what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at the last, but not red, but blue before it breaks. Okay. That right there, that's your breaker. Anywhere within that, you can hunt for FVGs, whatever you want. There's fair value gap over here. Keep that dragged out in price. If it goes lower, comes up, you have fair value gaps in price over here. So for the 1 hour, again, I'm not a 1 hour trader because it takes way too long. And then again, so we have this leg over here. There's a massive shift in structure. What do we look at? That last red one there. Okay. You look at the lows of that right there. That should hold price and go lower. We have a shift in structure here. That would be your breaker right there. All of this is still raging. Why do I use a magnet? Because when I use shift, sometimes it pulls me to a price that I don't want, I don't like. So yeah. So looking at this price again, okay, as we're here, we've gone up here. There's no fair value gap. Yes, structure's broken, but there's no fair value gap in these three candles. So price going higher. That's literally what I look for. It's three candles. We have the low over here, then we have three. 1, 2, 3. There's a fair value gap there. Within, not the time that I wanted it. That's why I didn't take it. At the time that I wanted it, it presented on GBP. So we have 1, 2, 3, fair value gap. 1, 2, 3, fair value gap over there. Enter. Anyways, yeah, that's me done. So thank you so much for tuning in. It was a nice little banger today. Luckily, the trade, not luckily, but we knew it was going to do what it was going to do. But the trade panned out and it worked really, really nice. Yes, my targets are always the daily, or ultimate, or the Hong Kong gap. So whichever one gets reached first, that's what I go for. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope you've had enjoyed, and yeah, have a lovely weekend. Take care of yourselves and safe trading today. Be wary of the shenanigans that happen in the market. Uphold true to your systems, and I'll see you next week, Tuesday. Bye, everyone.